Sure, I can. Can you guys see my screen? Perfect. So maybe for starters, Sekat, you can do the introduction. It's the usual introduction for YOUNGO meetings, and then I can take it from the handbook part. What do you think?
So, welcome everyone to the session. So, this session, as we all, of course, we saw the name, and the name prescribes that okay, this is the session for our handbook work task force. So, the handbook is this year's major project, one of the big project, and also like we have to be very concise with the time, what is the time we have for the deadline. So yes. Secondly, as we see that coming, and also for the COP is coming, COP 30 is coming. So we need to get together the task force, which will be really focused towards most of the policies, not just the policies, also the technical evolution and representation of every sectors. So just for example, wind, hydro, and so and so. But the best would be Pedro and Amira has already like covered all of the thing into the slides, so we'll go through it. But first of all, just giving a nudge about Yongo, who we are, the people who are already member and people who really like just joined. So just to get them familiar with us as well. So here, me and Amira are the CPs, the contact point for Energy Working Group for this year. Um, Amira is for the Global South, and I'm for the Global North. So, and we also have a fantastic team of coordinators. So next slide, please, Pedro. Perfect. So we have external communications, we have internal communications, we have capacity building, and we have governance as well. So four teams are working with fantastic coordinators as well. We are doing a lot of projects, a lot of live projects, and upcoming projects for COP and SBs as well. You can see all the social medias. But focusing towards this meeting's agenda, you can see that okay, um, we will do the intro of energy handbook structure. Then we will go for the overall view of task force, what exactly we are emphasizing the task force should be. Then how to apply, the most important, how to apply. And of course there will be a live application form which will be shared with you. And the last but not the least will be the next steps and the open discussions. Thanks, Pedro. So Yongo as a whole, right? So what is Yongo? Yongo serves as a primary mechanism for youth people to engage with the United Nations climate process. So we know UN have different wings like UNDP, UNEP. UN also have a climate change wing, which is the UNFCCC, the United Nations Framework Convention for Climate Change. So under UN, we have 6 major constituencies like Ringo, Bingo, Tingo, and Yongo, and other constituencies as well, right? So the youth constituency belongs to us, which is the Yongo, right? And under Yongo's umbrella, we work as a working group who provides valuable inputs, who provide valuable outcomes and demands, and we work globally with all the youths who are working or studying or have enthusiastic behavior towards energy change and do some kind of changes in their community and also like globally in terms of policies and in terms of development, community development. So here you can see in the screen, we bring together more than 10,000 young people and over 1,000 organizations till now. So it's like more than that right now because it's the count is from I think 2 years old. Then we operate in a flat structure, so there will be no hierarchy level that anyone can give anyone cannot give you orders, but they can request or they can like work with along with you. So everyone, in fact, we are the CP and we have the coordinators, all work in the same level, and everyone take care of each other, everyone take care support each other. That's the beautiful thing of Yongo as well. And then we aim to create an empowered youth generation with meaningful UN representations. We go for COP, we go for SBs, so we provide badges so that the voice of youth can be heard, right? So that is how we engage in broader aspect. Next slide, please, Pedro. Thanks. Yongo had three core energy priorities for COP30. We have we have policy engagement, we have upscaling, energy literacy. We build a movement for change. Of course, how we build different kind of events, different kind of like this is also one of the event, which is energy handbook. If that handbook belongs to every working group members and non-members as well, they can literally go to any negotiators and ask questions, speak to anyone about what is going on, what are the decisions, like what is the CMP, which is the Kyoto Protocol, which is the CMA, which is Paris Agreement, and also we can speak about what are the gigawatts hour or what are the kilowatt hour that exactly needed for going to 2030, and also like going for net zero. Why 2030? We also have to understand that net zero is 2050, but also we have a goal of sustain SDG goal, which is sustainable development goal, and it goes until 2030. So we have 5 years down the line as well, which is for energy. I guess for renewable energy, we have to come to 1,120 terawatt hour. That's our target for 2030, which is like threefold from now. Last year we completed, I think, 585 gigawatt hour into the generation, which was massive, and 2 trillion annually also needed. So those are the part that we work like with the policy, but also like in finance, but also in terms of like technical engagements, innovations. So also we want to know about, like, from our members, from our non-members, anything more do you want other than the capacity building, other than the policy, and other than the upscaling which is going on. Any ideas we always welcome, right? So we have a discussion point at the end of the session. Open mic, it's an open dialogue. Come, if you want to use the chat, use the chat. But yes, we really recommend and we welcome everyone. Next slide, please, Pedro. So all you need to know as a young in an energy negotiator, equal to energy working group handbook. So you can understand from the slide what exactly we are meaning. So we'll hand over to Pedro and Amira right now. So they will connect to you and go through the entire process.
Sure. So maybe I can take it from here. Thank you for the introduction, Saikat. Hello, everyone. So we are very happy to present you and to launch TaskForce here today. As Saikat did a wonderful introduction to what the handbook will be, it's really important for you to understand the importance of this handbook. And I think it will be important not only for us inside YOUNGO, Energy Working Group, but for children and youth all over the world. I say this because it will be, from one side, it will be an important capacity building document, because we'll try to summarize like all the important news, technologies, cross-setting sectors involved in energy. So we'll try to use our expertise, get into contact with experts all over the world in order to collect the best information that we can, and then we will make it available for youth all over the world. Sorry. And this will be the first main goal of the handbook. And after that, obviously, we will also use it for our advocacy purposes. So imagine, as you probably know, YOUNGO Energy Working Group has regular meetings with very important stakeholders, and here I can include IRENA, IEA, several important organisms all over the world, and this will be like our business card almost, if I can do the comparison. So we will bring this document with us, because it will only contain, not only contain the information that we want to spread and that we want to share with our colleagues, youth from all over the world, but at the same time it will bring our positions to those discussions. And here, obviously, we can focus a little bit more about that in the end, and even into the discussions, because the format of the handbook that we have in mind is this one. So the idea will be to have an introduction and global context. I mean, We want to talk to the experts, but at the same time, we want to talk to the youth that are interested in the energy topics, but they still don't know that much about it. So we will do a brief introduction, saying what we want with the handbook. We will give a brief overall. Saikat already shared some goals that we have all over the world between the dates 2030, 2050. We will also give some context about what are these net zero goals and what are the Paris Agreement goals and how energy can help us reach those goals. And then in the end, obviously, this will be an introduction as well to YOUNGO and to the youth energy advocacy that is being done all over the world. Then section 2 will be more focused on the energy sectors and more specifically in the technologies. Obviously, bear in mind that this is just a proposal. We want to receive your feedback, and when we open, well, feel free to interrupt at any moment, but especially in the end when we start the discussion part, feel free to suggest any other technologies or any other chapters that you feel that could be useful for youth all over the world or for the discussions that we'll be having in the future. So here we'll try to give a brief context about the most important technologies, and here it's important to highlight that we are talking about clean technologies, so mostly renewable energies and all the others that are considered in the middle, clean, because we are a bit agnostic in that sense, so we include nuclear and others that can be more up to debate. And after that, we'll try to get into the cross-cutting topics. I mean, we know that technologies are important, but at the same time, we know that there are a lot of different topics that are getting more hype all over the world and being part of the discussions. And here include, obviously, the importance of grids, the importance of electrification. So they are not technologies per se, but they will represent a very important, they will have a very important role in making sure that well, energy can reach, or clean energy can reach all over the world, and that we can get our message passed to our main stakeholders. And then in the end, we'll finish with the call to action and future outlook. And here we'll try to summarize all the key global targets. We will again emphasize the importance of the role of youth all over the world. And obviously, one of the biggest advocacy points that the Energy Working Group has, that is the dedicated energy negotiating track. We've been advocating it for quite some time. We've been gathering some stakeholders to support us and to subscribe our idea in this point. And this will be obviously one of the main points of this handbook. Any doubts so far? Perfect. Moving on to the task force overview. So how to get involved. So this is the first moment that we are sharing this QR code. We'll make sure that it is available in our social networks, in the WhatsApp. And so from now on, you can use this QR code, and we'll share obviously the link as well to apply to this task force. As we said, we wanted to make it the most horizontal possible, as it is the YOUNGO tradition. We already have 4 people involved in this task force. So Saikat and Amira, obviously, they are the main contact points, and they give support to all the YOUNGO Energy Working Group activities. I'll be helping as well. I'm a coordinator for the internal communications part of the Energy Working Group, and I'll be helping you all on this task. We already know as well that Amal will have an important role. She's also a coordinator from the Energy Working Group, and she will help us a lot. And as you can see, at least from the slides that I did, we truly need some help on the graphical part sometimes. And the open positions that we will have will be for deputy coordinator for the handbook. So this person will help oversee all the activities and make sure that we are being able to reach out to everyone, and that the communications inside the team are being fluid and smooth. We will also need the help of someone for the graphic design as well. and here to support a little bit Amal. I mean, this will be, we don't want it to be that big to don't scare people, and since we want to make sure that people will read the handbook, but at the same time we need it to be attractive. So it will require quite some effort, and we are looking for someone to help Amal on this sense. And then we will try to focus on having a manager for each one of the 4 sections that I mentioned before. So try to adapt your skills and your knowledge to each one of the sectors. This will require quite a coordination effort between all of us. So in that sense, we will need to have people coordinating all of that, again, on an horizontal structure. All of this being said, we will, so on the link that you saw before, will be to recruit people for these positions, but at the same time, the handbook will be open for everyone. So again, even if you don't get selected for one of these positions, don't be afraid. You'll still be able to be part of the handbook. We will want contributions for everyone, especially for the parts that require inputs in terms of the technologies and the cross-sector parts of the handbook. So feel free to apply. You can apply either to be to be one of these coordinators or managers on the link that we shared, or you can just apply to be a contributor for one of the technologies or one of the cross sector parts of the application. I don't know if you, Saikat or Amira, if you want to add something. Otherwise, I would invite the participants to ask questions or give suggestions, because we will be doing this together. And this was just a proposal, but we want to receive your feedback, and we will be very happy to hear it.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Saikat. It's very great presentation from your sides. Actually, you covered everything. I have nothing to add. Just feel free for everyone who attend to ask if you have any question about the form or the process generally. Okay, go ahead, Yasmin.
Good evening.
Good evening.
For me, it's night. Are you listening me well?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Oh, thank you for the presentation. And then I have a question about the language we want to use. As it will be a handbook, I'm not sure if it's going to be more academic, like papers that are published in journals, or if it's going to be something easier or more accessible, because it's from youth to youth, you know. So I have this question.
Well, at least from my side, that is a very good question. So we will try to reach a balance between those 2 options. I mean, from one side, we want to make it accessible, as we said in the presentation. We want to make sure that youth all over the world that are entering into this sector, they can understand all the technologies and all the cross-cutting sectors. At the same time, we want to be taken seriously by the stakeholders that we are going to present the handbook. Obviously, I don't think that we are going to teach them probably much, at least on the sector part and on technologies part. So maybe my suggestion, but I'll be open to hear your opinions about it. I would say that on the technologies and on the cross-sector parts, I'll try to be and use the most accessible language possible, so that we can teach and share our knowledge with youth from all over the world. And then when we speak about our proposals and on the policy part there, I would use the more technical language and have it more sustained information, because that part will be the most important one to share with the stakeholders that we are going to have meetings on. But this is just me thinking out loud. I'd like to hear all of you speaking about it and giving your opinion as well.
Yeah, go ahead, Saikat. No, no, go ahead. Yeah, exactly. And actually, the main target for us right now is to make the body itself of the handbook. Then we can maybe make some versions of this handbook. One of for the policymakers, one of for stakeholders, one for use. Maybe we will make some decision with the type of language that we will use after making the body itself. Okay, I think there's people who already raised their hand. Um, your questions is already answered, Yasmina, or you still have?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, nice. Um, yeah.
Okay. Hi. Good day, everyone.
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Firstly, I want to appreciate the great work being done by Amira, Zakat, and the team. I think since coming on board, it's been a lot of innovation, and I really applaud the efforts towards the handbook. It's really great, and I think it will definitely go a long way in helping the working group. I have a suggestion or point of notice is that in terms of the energy discussion, the global south and the global north are having a bit of different discussions. If you look globally at what is happening in the global south with the African Development Bank and the World Bank declaring Mission 300, which was to get 300 million Africans towards electricity and towards energy, renewable energy sufficiency. I think the discussion in the global south is more of getting access, while the discussion in the global north is more of transitioning. So I don't know if the handbook would also speak to that during negotiations for YOUNGO for the energy working group for the global south, the difference between the global south and the global north. Thank you. That I takes a global look, and Irina too takes a global look. But if you're looking at, for example, the way I see YOUNGO for youth and children, a lot of Yes, I've seen a couple of the reports. No, I'm not saying separate. Yes, it does. It answers my question. Thank you very much. No, that was just my. Sorry, I didn't get your question. You want more examples of? Okay. Okay, definitely, 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 definitely. Thank you very much.
Okay, Silvano. Silvano,
Me?
go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I will switch a little bit to the technology point of view, since I'm interested in understanding the detail level of our analysis, let's say, because of course, if the I mean, if the final objective is to provide a generic policy, which, for example, says, okay, we need this money to finance the energy transition, probably we don't need to go into details of every technology, let's say. But on the other side, if we want to be probably more to provide a more interesting, let's say, and focused policy proposal, we should also say how to attract, for example, the finance, who will pay for it, and in which technologies, for example, because you mentioned like 10, 20 clean technologies available, but how much of these technology, and in which country, for example, they also have different, let's say, development and deployment level. So if if we can, if we discuss for each of these, of course, we can go into details, and it will be more complex. So I want to understand better the detail level of the technology point of view.
Okay, actually, you are speaking on a good point. We can't cover every technology that already being exact, but we will make like a focus on some of them, maybe the trends ones, and as point we're talking about the global south and global north. It's like it's the same point, but in the technology side, we were not focused on the same in one technology, or to maybe distribute our focus on many technologies, but actually we will try to cover the basics knowledge about these technologies, to make this is information about any trends of the clean energy is accessible for everyone to know about, not in this technology.
Okay, so scientific dissemination, let's say, from
It's
that
like
point of view.
not too much. It's like a decoding for these technologies, just to that first step to know about these technologies. Then you can make like and go ahead to articles in this technologies, go ahead and maybe courses or masters in these technologies. But we try to provide you with the basics, with the decoding information for these technologies.
Okay, thank you. Oh, okay, yeah, I got your point. And of course, if we look at the scientific literature, there are a lot of models dealing also with the capacity factors per each countries, which of course matter a lot. But at the end, I think that it's important to understand the final policy detail that we wanna achieve, and from that going background, let's say, to understand also what is needed for the analysis, the detail level of the analysis to get to that point. Mhm. Okay, okay, thank you.
Actually, in the plan itself of the handbook, we are very open to your inputs to change the plan step by step. It's not a specific plan, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Someone who's raised his hand. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I just want to ask some technicalities here, like uh to to get into this work as in writing. Do we have other option than managers? Because when I scan the QR code, it just provide manager option. So for us that want to contribute to writing this handbook, other than be a manager, what is the yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm taking care of it as we speak. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question that you mentioned. Did you mean that for each, I understood that there is no hierarchy level, but for each position there will be a team again, and together we can contribute. Is that okay?
Anyone have questions? Okay.
Um, Sure, we can do that. So obviously we just launched the service, so we already have a brief summary of what's the handbook and what each position will be doing. But I will for sure add the answers of the questions asked here today. Don't worry about it.
And we will repost all the information about the application and the form again on our social media. So make sure that you already follow us, and you will find links and every details that you may be.
Um, 1 p.m. New York time. Just a brief comment. For those of you who have already opened the QR code or the link, please refresh the page, because I've added the option that we received feedback about. So please just refresh the page of the application.
Saikat, you are muted. Okay, thank you guys for joining us today. If there is anyone still have any questions, please, we are still on. So open your microphone and just say it. And if there is no questions, we have to end this great call and we will are waiting for you to join us on WhatsApp group and also to fill this form with your application. And we are very open to your inputs about any ideas or thoughts about change the plan of the handbook. As I said, the handbook is like just a transition movement or advocacy. It's focused on maybe three major points, which is fund, technicalities, and technical knowledge in capacity building. And this is three golden points for us on this handbook. And just it's from our side. If you wanted to add anything, go ahead. If there is, let's say bye. Yeah, keep your eyes on our WhatsApp groups and our social media, and you will be get informative with every details that and every events that we already do.
Thank you. It was only possible with your help, and that's the environment that we want to have with all the members that join our team from now forward. Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.